Hey folks, welcome back. I haven't been on for a few days. I've kind of taken somewhat of a break from YouTube and a lot of the drama. So I got to thinking, I think I'm going to kind of revamp my channel just a little bit. Some of my layout is going to change. Basically, I was given a challenge on improving my channel just a little bit, because everybody seems to like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And when I put music to some videos, if I just take a video or pictures and put music to it, a lot of people seem to like that. They seem to like my just general generic jump in front of the camera and say whatever's on my mind, and a little bit about this and a little bit about that, a little bit about homesteading, a little bit about off-grid. So I think I'm going to kind of encompass a little bit of that in each video. I'm not sure. We'll see. It is rather warm out. It's like 40, mid-40s out. It's really dreary. There's a lot of ice underfoot. There's a lot of grass underfoot. The birds are liking quite a bit of it. And the good thing about the rain is I was getting awfully close to running out of bird water. So all the pails are under, all the free pails that I dedicate to rainwater under the eaves are all put there. Some of them are full. And my rain barrel catchment over here, just the one for winter, is filling up nicely. So I'm back to where I should be with my water for my birds and yada yada, right? So early this morning when I got home from work, it was dark. The birds had already put themselves in the coop. And where it had been rainy and drizzly yesterday and warm and a lot of snow melted, the birds, because I have waterfowl, I try to keep up on their coop litter, which means I go through quite a pile of shavings. So I went in and stirred up the coop litter to put more shavings down. Well, I had a bale of shavings that was already opened. I had these gloves on, which is a really good thing. So I reached in there with my headlamp on and was taking some shavings out into a pile on the coop floor so then I could spread it. Well, almost every time I would put this hand in there, I felt like I was hitting something a little hard, but it almost felt like it was tugging on my fingers. And I couldn't imagine, but sometimes you get a bale of shavings that has a big splinter in it, right? Where it just didn't get ground up or shaved up. So sometimes every once in a while you'll get that. And I figured that I was just hitting that with my hand as I dug into the shavings to pull them out onto the floor. Until I got close to the last quarter or eighth of the bale in back of the bulk block. And I definitely felt something grab onto the end of my glove and tug it just a little bit. So I wasn't hitting something. Well, I was hitting something, but it was a mouse that was in there. It had tried to make a nest in that bale of shavings. And as I was pulling it out, the mouse would back up and kind of grab onto my fingertips with the glove until it felt backed into a corner, and here my glove comes in the dark, right, to pull those shavings out. So that last time, what I had done is it had bit on pretty good and hung right there. So when I pulled my hand out, it was still, I don't know if it got a tooth caught on my glove or what, folks, but I pulled it out anyway. So then I'm like, you know, I'm just going to empty all the shavings right out onto the floor and spread them. So I took the whole plastic covering and just tipped it upside down, and another mouse had dumped on to the pile of shavings and then ran out the coop door. So, and again, in the dark, a wild, I don't know if you call a mouse a creature, folks, I don't know, but a wild something tried to attack my hand. The first one was a mink when I picked it up after dark getting wood in the woodshed. I picked it up by the tail reaching for a stick of wood. Some of you remember that. And it came around with its gnashing teeth. I almost grabbed onto a pine marten the same way a few weeks later. And now the two mice, well, the one that actually bit my glove, and that was also after dark. So just be mindful, folks. It's not going to hurt you to wear leather gloves when at all possible. Reaching into the dark to grab something is never a good thing. I've heard stories of people collecting eggs when they have chickens or ducks or whatever. Just reaching in without looking in the nest first to see if there's anything in there, like a weasel, a rat, a mouse, and reach in there and grab right onto one of them and get bit pretty bad, and they had to go get tetanus and right. So if you can, a lot of things you're better off doing during the daylight, and if you have to do it at dark, wear gloves with a light, headlamp, or a light of some sort, and flashlight, and shine and really look in to where your hand is reaching in the dark. It just would save you probably a hospital trip. It would probably save you a shot, and it would definitely probably save you a surprise. So I guess this is it. Once again, I didn't get in early this morning from work until really late. I got a couple hours sleep. It is raining and drizzling. I'm just gonna go in and probably rest a little bit, maybe fall asleep. That would be really good while it's raining. I got everything done that I need to, and I'll be back with everything in me. I'll be back anyway to make another video before New Year's. It would be a really good day to catch up on comments, respond to comments, catch up on other channels that I like to watch their videos. I'm behind on all of that, folks. And I just realized my camera is turned 180 degrees the other way, so I should be looking over here, and I'm looking over here, which is where I normally have that, so that's all right. None of these videos are perfect. They're on the fly. They're out in the elements. So that's just the way it is here, folks. So thank you very much and for watching, and we'll get back to you. Bye-bye.